how they're not going to take lies anymore from the powers that be. And they were arrested simply for speaking loudly. Maybe they used a few cuss words and wore hats in a church. We arrived at this town hall meeting. It's supposed to be a public meeting, a public forum for the people of Flint and the people anywhere that want to discuss these issues, to discuss them in a public setting. And it was a heavily militarized police force as soon as we walked in the door. They were prepared. They were prepared for a riot. They had their vests on. They were armed to the teeth. And if they had said, it's in a church, right? If there had been a deacon or a pastor or a member of the church that simply said, welcome to our church, we're having this meeting, we would respectfully ask if you could take your hats off, we'd appreciate it. None of this would have happened. It wouldn't have happened. But no, they had armed police ordering people to take their hat off or take their body. That's the total step when we walked in. And that escalated into 6 people getting arrested for nothing. For nothing. For calling the cops out. That they were there normalizing people's oppression, stifling people's voices. For nothing. And as we move forward, we've got to learn from this. At these public meetings and these public forums, we can't have these in churches anymore. If they're going to be in churches, we can't have these rules. People should be allowed to freely speak their mind, freely express their opinion without the threat of harassment and intimidation by an armed police force. And I just want to thank everybody here for showing up. A lot of you were out all last night waiting for people to be released from jail. People were out early this morning waiting to get people in jail. People Facebook living, everybody with their cameras, putting this out worldwide. Because it's not over in Flint. We've got a long way to go, and there's a lot of issues that need to be discussed without police harassment and the threat of jail and violence. We are peaceful protesters. We're peaceful warriors. And it makes no sense that in a house of God, a house of the Lord, with people with guns and firearms, it's okay to have guns and firearms in a church but not wear a hat.
Read the sign, read the sign.
You can have guns but not hats in a church. I read the Bible. The first commandment, thou shalt not kill. Guns are made to kill. I don't know about hats in the Bible, what that's all about. But that's what this all started from. Generally people being told they couldn't wear hats and told to leave, and then arguments escalating between police, and then when people got up to speak in their mind, maybe they said a few cuss words. Big fucking deal! This is a serious problem and people are angry and hurt. If you can't handle a few fucking cuss words, then maybe you shouldn't be there. Thanks for coming out. I want to pass the mic to Melissa Mays or to Eva Delgado here, or some of our other water warriors that want to speak.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you all for coming out. I think yesterday was a very, very huge turning point because for 28 months, at least me personally, and some people longer, we've been sitting through these town hall meetings, asking questions, demanding information, demanding facts, and getting shut down, laughed at, laughed out, kicked out, and yesterday led to 6 water defenders getting arrested. 6 people who have been there since the start, asking questions. And what happens? They get thrown around like rag dolls, drug out, left with bruises, and what? We still don't have answers. What did they prove? They proved that no, even though they sat up there and said that they care about Flint, they care about us, they care about our kids, all they cared about was exerting their power. What's ridiculous, because we are their bosses and the people are the power. This is what's important. This is what is important, is all of us standing here and standing together. This will not happen again. We will not accept this happening.
You gotta let them park.
Okay. So we gotta stay on the side.
Oh, no, he alright.
Oh, we got it. Okay. So here we are standing out in the cold like we have for almost 3 years. Tuesday will be 3 years since we have been drinking poisoned water. 1,092 days today. We have had poisoned water, no answers, no real fixes, dragging us out. And if those people who sat up on that panel last night actually cared about the Flint residents, they would have stood up and stopped them while they were getting drug out of that church. I mean, I've never been more afraid in a church in my life than when I walk in and see fully militarized police in bulletproof vests. You walk in and you know something's wrong and something's up. I have never seen that before, and I hope we never see it again. This is unacceptable, and things need to change, and we have to speak out, and we have to be heard. So we have to unite together, all of us, because I think we all know that what happened last night was wrong, and that we've all had enough of these town halls and no answers, and them laughing us off. We are what's important, and we have to stand up. So right now I want to give this over to Abel, who is one of the 6 from last night that was struck in jail for speaking his mind.
Dismiss the charges! 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 Meet with Johnny! Meet with Johnny!
This is a people's movement. This is a people's movement. Yeah. This is a people's movement, and I don't think people are realizing that. I'm still at awe just of what happened yesterday, just aside from the fact that just how oppressive the system can be. But reality is, what happened yesterday is just another way that the city and the state and all government officials are attempting to normalize our oppression. And now is the time that the people need to unite to overcome our oppressor. We need to be talking about liberating ourselves from this oppression. We are still poisoned. We should not have to justify the fact that we have to live on bottled water every day. We know that there's more than lead and copper in this water. Right now, we need to unite. The people have the real power. Power is a neutral force, and this is our time. This is our time to spark a movement of overcoming this oppression and create a society that works for all of us and not just a few wealthy individuals. This is about us. This is about the people of the city of Flint. This is about the entire nation. Water is life. Meeting with Tony!
Can you explain, we spoke before, can you explain exactly what happened and why you were arrested? What did they charge you for?
They charged me with disorderly. Yeah, they charged me with disorderly, but reality is, the only people that were being disorderly were the police. Especially if you're talking about a militarized police force there. Now all I was doing was asking questions as to why I was getting arrested. This is nothing but tyranny. This is nothing but just complete fascism. It is a setup. This is a complete setup. It is a way for the state and the city to normalize our oppression. They are trying to silence our voice, people. We must now, more tn ever, unite and let our voices be heard. Power to the people! 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 I really have nothing else to say, but reality is, now's our time. We have the real power. That's all I really have to say. Let's spark a movement. Let's change this city. We all need it. We can't. We're going on 3 years, people. This has been too long, far too long. We can't go another day with this shit. Let's do something. Let's make a change. Let's be the change we want to see in the world.